because there is more Dota 2 action coming your way. Our second match of our second series is just about to load into the lobby, and we're back with these beautiful beautiful faces on our couch. I almost said beautiful couches on our faces, and that was, woo, yeah, it's getting getting late already. So game one, though, Serenity looking good, eh, boys?
Definitely.
Yeah, really good. Like we were pretty wrong about that IO draft. I think LFY didn't look too hot with the IO. If I'm Serenity, I'm leaving that in the pool once more. Afu did not show, and I think the team as a whole showed they didn't really play around the hero very well.
I mean, I was thinking about it, and like just that one fight by the Radiant Tier 2 tower, that just hurt them so bad. Yeah. They didn't have dust for the Mirana, and they go in there, they stick around for that kill because like, we got to get the kill. He's got nothing left, and then of course the big old Chrono and Earth Splitter. That one hurt. That was a tough one.
That was the perfect way for a Void to debut that Mask of Madness. Hey guys, you want to maybe take a fight? We can get a pick off? Oh, I got 3. How nice.
Yeah, that was a hell of a start to this game. So, yeah, as predicted, it's left in the pool.
Yeah. I don't feel like Afu played particularly bad. I agree with that second part of what Parker said. It felt like just team not really able to play that well around. Afu had a couple okay saves.
Yeah, definitely. But what is it, just the gyro? Is it just the laning of just like gyro in general didn't have a good enough start?
I think the ET was a big problem too.
Yeah.
Do you think if that was a Luna pick, that game looks different?
I don't.
I think it was the same.
Okay.
I think it's just the way they're playing their heroes. Like you play the map very differently when you have the IO because of relocate. Your cores can farm in much more dangerous places because you can always pull them out with a relocate save. Your other 3 heroes can play a lot more aggressive, looking for team fights because you have this, +2 heroes that can come in from anywhere on the map. And I just don't think they really achieved that very well.
I think the other thing for me is the ET, I think, is a big problem, and I'm a little surprised to see that they left it in. I honestly wouldn't mind Serenity taking that and leaving the IO still for LFY, because there were so many times where that save came just like a second too late, and sometimes that felt like maybe that's the extra magic damage you take from the aura. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
true.
I feel like that hero fits with what Serenity wants to do really well. But they're going to go Night Stalker.
Okay. So they'll grab it for themselves.
Yeah, the IO options possibly available for them, for all we know. And I think we're assuming LFY are going to take the IO, right? Get back up on the horse.
I don't know. Maybe.
Really? I think they're going to take it. Come on, guys. Put some faith in it. Surely, IO's still the hero.
I mean, it's not elimination, so there is some merit to, hey, that one didn't work. Let's prove to ourselves and the rest of the world that IO is as strong as everyone's saying.
Oh, they're telling you the voice record.
That thing. Yep, good call, guys.
And we got to get used to that one.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it.
Hello, Dota TV.
There you go. Hi, Dota TV. Yeah. You need to tattoo it on my forehead.
Oh. I wouldn't help you see it.
That's true. But then Trent would see it, and he would know.
That's true.
And Trent's very reliable with those kind of things.
Also, it might hurt your future prospects and other things, so I don't know.
That is true.
All right, they're going to prep a counter to IO, theoretically, in the Disruptor.
Disruptor DP.
And pick up Super's go-to best hero, Death Prophet. They don't want to mess around and have it banned out in the second stage. They're just willing to pick it.
Undisputed best hero. It's Death Prophet.
For Super, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's what he wants to play. And Serenity's like, well, you reveal your mid, we're going to counterpick it, kind of.
Yeah, I more just joke that it's Death Prophet is one of the more one-dimensional, like, all right, you just farm, you use your nuke. If they get close to you, use your little heal, and then press R and stand there. It's just sort of, it's almost insulting to say, like, oh.
There's 4 buttons plus at least 1 activatable item. That's not...
Yeah, those 5-man silences.
Yeah.
DP's pretty...
It's not... The hero isn't flashy, but there is, like, a certain amount of mechanical skill involved.
I mean, she's not Viper. I'll give you that. Yeah, but no, she's also not Shadow Fiend either.
No, you watch some, like, no one Death Prophet. He buys a Blink Dagger, and he blinks in and silences 3 people, and you're like, all right, this fight's over.
Yeah.
It's hard to see because it's not that flashy.
To be honest, Super is the definition of press your R button and stand there. Like Dragon Knight, Death Prophet.
It is.
Yeah, we are hyping up Death Prophet, but Super Death Prophet is much more, like you're saying.
And again, it's not that he's not like a good player or anything. His positioning is the most important part of these.
Sometimes they pick Puck, and you kind of realize why. Just saying. I've seen a few games where I'm like, back to the Death Prophet.
That's what I mean.
He had a good Lina. He had a good Lina the other day. It was solid.
It's very good.
Yeah, like, I think your No One example is like No One is one of the most mechanically skilled players, and he makes Death Prophet look easy because her skill cap is lower than some of the others.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
How about this China thing of just like countering these cores super early? Like you do not see many mids picked up first phase other than Death Prophet, honestly. Like I don't think there's many regions that would just go for Alina this early. Even though it's just like we don't have the last pick anyway, so why don't we just get the matchup that we want now? Just interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's knowing that it's very high chance it gets banned out because it's like, who are you banning next stage? Let's ban heroes that are going to counter the core that we picked up in the first stage. So let's make sure we get Lina. We saw it in the earlier drafts too with the PL Lifestealer in the first two. That was like, whoa, they're just going to first two their hard carry, then the other team's going to first two their hard carry.
Yeah.
Io's still untouched.
So is Naga too, actually, which is maybe a little tempting there for LFY.
I wonder if Serenity are considering that Wisp at some point. Against the double silences, it's a little scarier. But
They may just not play it. It may just not be in their repertoire.
it's true. Lifestealer and Clink's now taken out.
If they pick another hero that's good against Io too, I think you're just happy to ignore it. Like they already have Disruptor. Like you don't necessarily want to be picking it into that.
Witch Doctor, let's go.
I'm a little concerned about that Disruptor pick too. Like already somewhat of a weak laner. You've got a Night Stalker on Serenity. Just pick other like strong laning heroes. Get like, is Jakiro in the pool?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
For Serenity.
Yeah, for Serenity.
Bane also available.
I think LFY need to address that.
What the LFY I want? Probably just see a 3 or 4 position pickup here. They have last pick of the draft, which they should save for their carry role, I can only imagine. So they'll pick up the Lesh.
Okay.
Leshrac Disruptor support duo.
It's kind of interesting. A lot of damage, big time kill potential.
Pressure on your other cores to have control elements though. For like Disruptor help and Leshrac help.
Yeah, they've got kind of weird control.
They look like they need a Void. Like for LFY now or something.
You know, you've got some silence, you've got the kinetic field, you've got an AoE stun from Lesh, but they're not the most reliable lockdowns.
Yeah, I think that Void is a pretty solid one. Sand King also, they could just go back for that.
Yeah, Lesh Sand King.
I mean, it would end up being then Disruptor +1, which again I'm not crazy about, but
The other option is like something like Clockwork. It could work well with the Leshrac.
Yeah.
Gives you a strong laning duo and also.
It's just banned.
Oh, just kidding. I was thinking, what gives you like vision and ability to play around Glimpse? Because I always feel like Disruptor's a pretty weak support when you don't have something to give you that easy glimpses, whether it's like a Night Stalker for the night vision. I've seen Spectre work quite well because you just haunt to chase, that gives you vision. But right now there's none of these heroes that really complement the Disruptor pick.
Silencer is kind of an interesting choice. I guess support role, most likely.
Really? I don't know. This doesn't strike me as an amazing Silencer game. You know, there's no one who I see as just being like, oh, this is awesome.
DP tends to be pretty decent against Silencer. Once you get the ult off, you're not as upset about being silenced.
You have a Yules every game anyway.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to find him, though, I think, too. Oh, and that Doom.
Yeah. The Silencer was something we started seeing a bit in SEA. Like, teams were just first two picking it a lot of the games as a support. But
Theban was. Theban.
Theban
I think he was the only one that we saw.
And
there was one other team.
It was a 5, I assume?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now the Void.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a fine option for either team.
And Silencer, when you're going to go for these like more teamfight-like lineups, is pretty good. You initiate with your big ultis, your combo, and then you drop a global, and there's no real counterplays available.
Yeah, it's kind of like the double bubble strat in a way of like the like Enigma plus some other giant ultimate or something. But it's a lot easier to execute because one of them's global.
Yep, and it's like a support that does scale pretty well. Like Parker was saying, there's definitely going to be a lot of fighting throughout this game, so you're likely to stack up some int. You'll scale decently well.
I wonder how they're going to run it. I wonder if they're going to try that offlane Void again. I feel like it's a 1 paired with the Silencer, and you just go some other hero. But
Night Stalker could be 4 or 3 position.
Yeah.
Could just go back for the IO. No.
Skywrath is still in, actually.
Sky Void, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Night Stalker Skywrath is a dual lane, and then the Void's just farming.
I could be pretty into that.
They're thinking the Lina might end up being the other support?
Or they're thinking like a safe lane Storm, I guess, and a mid Lina off lane Void. Void as an offlaner, like, I don't know, how, like, it just seems like if you're this Night Stalker playing 4th position, you're like, oh, go help this Void out. It's like, do you really want to help a Void out in the offlane? Yeah. That's not a good lane partner.
Yeah.
Which is where I think Void really makes sense only kind of in that carry role.
I like the Naga ban. That's the sign of a good drafter in my eyes. Like this tier 1 hero that's kind of like left in this late, and it doesn't necessarily fit it perfectly for LFY, but they still have the like presence of mind to ban it out and be like, oh shit, we almost gave them like Naga Disruptor, you know?
Yep. So Zeus last pick. A lot of flexibility with how they set up these lanes.
Yeah, I think Zeus is the same idea as the Skyra that Trent suggested, where it's just this 4-position spammer, big magic damage nuker that can complement the Void Chronosphere. Just give you a lot more kill potential, because right now it's really just Lina who offered good burst damage.
Yeah, this is going to be a little tough for Death Prophet, though. They
do not have a lot of time either.
A lot of ways to blast her down.
Gotta pick.
And it'll be the Sand King.
Okay, so we eventually got him.
Back for the old classic, so...
Huh. Afu Sand King?
It's a little...
Sand King Lesh? Wait, how's this working? They got a Doom as well? Oh, they're going to do a
so it's an Afu
Lesh
Sand
safe
King.
lane, I guess.
Yeah,
we've seen a bit of this safe lane Lesh from time to time.
I don't know if I like this for LGD.Forever Young. I think it's 2-0.
I'm with Lyrical on that one.
The only thing that's scary is that they don't have much control right now outside of Chronosphere. That's the big worry. But if Lina gets into a quick Yules, I think they got it.
Wait, LGD definitely have a lineup that can do well in the lanes and kind of run away with some of that momentum. They do have sieging and the ability to take objectives, a lot of stuns, but Serenity just have a lot of control. It just feels like their draft does better in mid-game fights. I don't know how else to say it.
I feel better. Like, I feel like if Lina has a decent start and gets a Shadow Blade at a decent time, this game looks really good for Serenity.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing, because both these teams have these pretty big team fights. You know, Void Silencer on one side, Death Prophet, Sand King, Disruptor on the other, but the initiations are going to be key, and that's where Void, with like Blink or Shadow Blade, Lina's Shadow Blade, these kind of item timings are going to be what kind of matters most this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then.
Well, game number 2 set to rock and roll.
Thank you for your service, gentlemen.
Bye.
This may be your last couch sitting of the evening.
We'll see. First series was actually pretty long, but only 2 games. Second series could be a lot quicker if Serenity have a performance comparable to what we saw in game number 1. Boy, did they dominate.
Yeah, and I think in that game, we weren't... The rest of the draft, no one was really that all in on. The IO, sure. But overall, I think that one didn't feel that great. This one, I think, for LFY does still feel pretty
great backpedal there, Trent.
What? I said that.
You did.
Everyone
you did
agreed.
say Wisp against Serenity. That is fair.
That's how it is. But I think this one, the draft looks just overall better for LFY.
Yes, I think so. Definitely more cohesion and a lot of control. 3 different forms of silence.
Hey, this is that aggro play we've been missing out on. Trying to find early first blood here.
Serenity seem a little suspicious. ZZZ and XCJ make it back into the tower. All right.
They'll just end up securing themselves the 2 runes.
They'll be safe for now, but up top there is nobody, and PYW in enemy territory. It'll probably just be a 2-for-2 even spread.
And both teams are going to know what the lanes are as well, just because they bumped into each other, so they're aware where Lestrak's going. So he starts running to the top lane to go there. Doom is still in the bottom, so looks pretty good for the Radiant. I think they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
What's Sand King doing? Oh, he's just going to TP. Afu's wants to be there in the moment.
And he shall. Early wards come down. Radiant gets a vision of that bounty. Each team with a mid ward. Super DP and ZYD Lina.
So certainly one of these lanes that you're looking for the Lina to do better and just get her ball rolling nice and early.
Yeah, I think the idea with the counter pick of Lina versus DP is also outside of the lane, just having burst damage to deal with the Death Prophet tends to feel pretty good.
Top lane already laying in the damage there. And that's just 1 round from the Leshrac Sand King. That's why this combo is so strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, you look at the mana pool of Leshrac, and that costs him nothing.
Yeah, Night Stalker has the right build. Mangoes with the tangos.
True.
But still not necessarily easy. Zeus able to strike back with his level 1 lightning bolt. It's the one recently nerfed in the early levels there. A little extra mana cost. Bottom lane, Void Silencer on Disruptor Doom.
Yeehaw. I mean, there's some annoying things, right, for a Faceless Void. Both of these heroes have damage over time. So you see there the Thunder Strike, and then if you get the sword coming down for Doom there, then not really a lot of good opportunities for Time Walk to be effective. So if they can continuously harass him like this, then yeah, he's going to be burning through his regen mighty quick. But he did bring a lot, so well prepared for this situation. I mean, he knew it was either going to be Lesh, Sand King, or these two, so this guy was coming with regen.
Yeah. One of the stages of the game where Silencer is really irritating to lane against. That extra damage from the Glaives of Wisdom definitely adds up. It will be low on mana, but you can kind of see the pressure that they've put out onto LFY. Up top, another volley onto the Night Stalker, but trying to turn onto Afu. Zinq is only level 2, not able to save his Night Stalker, and that will be first blood drawn by the Sand King.
Yeah, no IO for the old Night Stalker this game, so not quite as beefy.
And down bottom, Doom surviving some pressure himself. Kinetic Field comes out. But that'll be all.
Using the formerly banned Tornado creep here. It's okay, guys.
The game
has
breaker.
Been saved. Yeah. We're all good now.
Kale, the bandwidth assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that toughness aura. Really nice on Doom. He's a 0 armor hero, at least starting out, so the aura is actually quite helpful against the right clicks.
It's no satyr, but what can you do? You know, can't always find him.
Just an often overlooked thing. You always think of, oh, the Wild Ring. Yeah, it gives you the Tornado. It's like, you also get a little Bassy Ring there.
Yeah, I mean, Doom can't even use the Tornado. Like, it is way too much mana.
It's done. It was 200 mana.
It's like his whole mana pool. And now he's got less, because he just lost 2.
That's true. He's even dumber now.
Soon enough, he won't even be able to cast it.
Up top, this could be another kill on the Night Stalker. They eat a mango. And now Zinq's in some trouble. Oh my, the dubious duo, Lesh, Sand King, living up to the reputation up top.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that bottom lane now, they're just kind of out of stuff. Like, there's a Salve and a Tango left on the Void, but Silencer has nothing. He's relying on stick charges right now.
Yeah, a lot of trading down bottom. It has worked out okay for the Void. He is still doubling up the Doom in terms of last hits, but it has come at a cost. That is for sure.
We got Clarities coming out. We got Tangos coming out. The Emergency Service Courier is heading to that bottom lane to save it.
Yeah. Mid in terms of CS, very even. Both Super and ZYD, level 5. Within 1 or 2 last hits of each other.
Yeah, we just get to the point where the levels of the Dragon Slave start becoming very important. We go ahead into the jungle, farm it up a little bit.
Time walk. Void will be fine.
Oh, this is a long dive up top there on the Night Stalker, too. He ends up flying onto the cliff there and continuing his tangoing. But no real chance at a kill, so we remain 3-1. First nighttime rotation. Pi is just kind of hoping that maybe DP's going to be a bit too deep, but
Pi.
he is right on Super's board. You got a problem?
How does PYW make the sound pie?
It's too many syllables. I don't know.
Well, no, I get that argument, but how is that a logical preface to, so PYW, it's
I'm
pie.
just cutting off the W.
Oh, it's a silent W. It's like
Yeah,
when it's like Ray with a W. Like Ray. I had a friend whose dad's name was Ray with a W.
Bullshit.
I'm actually...
See, at that
true.
point, your name is not Ray. Your name is actually Ray with a W. That's how you have to physically say it to every human being you ever meet. But anyway, Zeus dies.
It's actually more ridiculous. You know, I wish I could go back in time and just ask him, like, what was wrong with your parents to just put a W there? Oh, Void.
That's a bold play.
Is he dead here? I think so. Doom just comes in and gives him the chop.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Well, see, I was writing down Ray, and then I remembered that there was a W in writing, So I thought maybe there's a silent W in Ray, too.
That's a pretty good excuse, you know, if you had to come up with something.
That's a pretty good. I got to thinking. Anyway.
Anywho, everything, Dota 2. That's where we're at, actually.
2 to 5. Some even exchanging here in the mid lane. I don't know why I said the mid lane. And the laning stage in the bottom lane.
Oh.
Fuck, I'm jet lagged.
See if this is the last one.
It's bad news.
But it's glorious Dota, and that's what we're here for, guys.
Oh, it's
good. We love it.
This is what you come to expect out of hubs. Hubs have that degree of chaos that make you go, oh lord. Yeah, with a nice glimpse. But this Doom in a lot of trouble here, Trent. ZZZ doesn't have the clicks. TP gets canceled, and now mid, I think it's a rotation. Afu, he's smoked. He's level 4. The LSA connects, and now he says, this is an opportunity. Spirit Siphon, Burrow Strike. Do they have the damage? It's going to be a close one. Drops the Laguna, but Super still secures the kill. Pi and XCJ both TP in.
Costly.
Very nice for Super's Death Prophet.
At the very least, he'll get a wave here for the Night Stalker, who, by the way, only level 3. He's almost in level 4. It's not too bad this early on.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but certainly not over-leveled at this stage. Disruptor at a similar spot as they all rendezvous for the Shrine. Double null tally on this Death Prophet. Also, double null tally on the Lina.
But have you seen who's top of the CS chart there?
Let's take a gander.
Oh! It's Zeus!
Heyo.
What happened there? This guy's been left all alone up top. He's about to get into some arcanes.
He's a bloody farmer.
Feeling pretty good about his start.
So it's a support Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And a proper core Zeus here.
Yeah, getting all these rotations going on.
Wow. Well, I think that's really great against the Death Prophet. This feels like a game where you still need Yules, but you almost want to buy a Hood of Defiance on DP, I think. You've got to be tempted.
Someone's going to be doing that.
Someone's going to be buying a pipe, no doubt, but it could be a game where you get value out of just having the base piece yourself for the active.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Faceless Void is one of these cores that already is largely magic damage focus.
It's true.
Time lock, so.
Sand King with a stun onto Pi, but down bottom, it's Doom. He's chronoed.
Another -2, dude. The Watering Ripper Dream.
Back mid, Trent. Burrow Strike falls short, but Pi, he will go down.
Oh, we can't get the damage.
Lagunar falls short, and oh my. It's 2 dead. LFY, now they lose Afu to the wrath of the Thunder God. The global presence indeed. Xingqiu finds another.
I think they just spotted that ward too from the Zeus ult. I mean, it goes both ways. LFY know that it's there, I think. At least they kind of pinged it, but they got
I
the
would
true
be
sight.
okay if Zeus's ult didn't true sight like that.
Yeah, that's a question.
For wards. I get the lightning ball. When you're just doing that to kill somebody, and then you find a ward too, it's like, what? He didn't need that D ward there.
It's part of the hero, though. You know, I was talking about this the other day with someone.
It was me. You were complaining about Zeus.
I was complaining about it, but you're right. It's always been a thing for Zeus. You know, there's not many heroes that have these like true sight elements. I don't think he's ever picked for his true sight.
But if you take it away, it's like, it's like if you took Pulse Nova away from Lesh. It's like, what? Come on. That's always been his ultimate. It's always going to be his ultimate.
Oh no.
See you later, Void. That was a nice setup.
You're just half HP and you get Burrow Strike from high ground. That's
Oh, mid lane, Super. Is this a great bait? He goes in onto the Night Stalker. Does use the Exorcism here, trying to get some damage into the tower. He does have friends nearby on the high ground. But they're not going to rotate this way. Instead, they want the bounty. Not the greatest use of Exorcism, but Super doesn't hesitate.
Yeah, it's a lot of attention mid, and there's no one defending top. So
That's
they're
true.
just going to trade that pressure up into there.
There is a point in the Diabolic Edict. Glyph used, mitigating some of said damage, but Monet farming very well.
The Unholy Aura as well, and Doom now too for that push. Very nice.
More pressure back mid. Now we're heading back top. This has been a very aggressive early game compared to what we've seen, but Doom drops the namesake onto Zeus.
Highest farmed hero on the Radiant.
And I think they're going to find him. There it is, the Hadouken for good measure. The Thunder God is down. Yeah, Monet is balling.
Yeah, he is way up on this game. A lot of these core Leshracs having some struggles, but his lane just started out so strong with the Sand King this time.
Static Storm Kinetic Field. Say hello to the Faceless Void. He's going to go down again. Laguna will finish off Yao, but ZYD gets punished. It's a 1 for 3 around the map. Monet making the rotation, securing his mega kill streak. And a great lead for LFY as the pickoffs continue to mount.
Okay. Now, question is, can they transition this into all of these towers too? This will be their first like full siege, or no? Actually, they won't be able to continue this. I don't think without the exorcism.
It's going to be rocky. But Edict does a hell of a number on towers.
Yeah, they're actually just scanning, and there's nothing there. And yeah, I didn't realize he actually had the points so high in it already. The second point. So yeah, nicely done. Double the damage.
Kind of interesting going for that second value point. But now Serenity, they're angry. They're going to smoke up. They've got a Chrono. They say, hey, you know what? Nobody ganks our Void and gets away with it when he's got Chrono. Except they might have just gotten away with it. Smoke's broken. They're going to go back to farming. Oh, or maybe a Death Prophet lurks.
Yeah, they have that dire ward further into the jungle, though.
Ah, there it is. Great vision from the Dire, who are clumped up around the mid. Yule's Scepter out on Leshrac. Monet says, guys, I got to play it safe. I'm going for the BKB. I know it's not surprising, but I got to do it.
Yeah. No, it's certainly the way to go in this one. And we're going to smoke up the Yules, though. Into the fray, the belly of the beast. And oh, no. Zeus ult.
Now Hooded Defiance up on Doom.
Yeah, they might still get a glimpse here onto this silencer.
The
don't
Raptor.
Quite get the vision. They don't have a ward ready on SK. Hello.
Oh, there's the Night Stalker and some big follow-up damage. Afu takes the Laguna, and it's actually going to be a pickup the other way for Serenity. Pi still charging in forward and barely survives, but not quite. Does actually burn to the last tick of the Doom.
Coming in.
A 1 for 2, soon to be 1 for 3 as Yao gets bashed in the face by ZZZ.
I thought Void was going to go north and find the DP, but he got unlucky, I would say, on the guess there.
What a weird fight. That's just a 1K net worth swing going back the way of Team Serenity.
Yeah.
Didn't really feel like they had to use too much for it. It was just a no hesitation Laguna Blade, Sand King, maybe just a little too far forward. And almost even lucky that they got the Night Stalker. Literally the last tick of the Infernal Blade burn is what killed him. It was a close one.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous area to try and go in for the big play there.
Diving deep. 10 int. Not bad for the silencer.
Yeah, he's doing really well, actually. A lot of that taken from the Doom, hurting him. He's only got 27 int right now.
What a loser.
Yeah, dummy. He's not passing a lot of tests, I don't think. As Leshrac guy, he's real smart.
He's pretty smart. He is farming. Night Stalker looking for some phase boots. Serenity have a pretty strong team, but I feel like the Night Stalker is the one hero I haven't really felt the impact from. We were sort of thinking it would be the support Zeus and core Night Stalker, and seeing this just roaming Brown Boots Night Stalker at 15 minutes, I fear for his ability to scale in this game.
Well, one thing I really like about Night Stalker in terms of like being any sort of a core role is having a position 4 who can like farm up and accelerate a lot with items or like push waves really well.
Afu, whoa, gets low. He makes up to the high ground, but Zinq will finish him off.
He's actually like one of the most important heroes for them right now. He really needs that Blink Dagger because that is the best way that they can start making moves across the map for the Dire side, and slowing Afu down is really painful. But what I would say is like when I have Night Stalker, it's a hero that you just need someone who can like try and just get some farm going while you're trying to make stuff happen across the map, right? So Zeus fits in really well there. And he just kind of started absorbing the lane once Night Stalker left and started rotating. So
yeah. I gotcha.
His Aghanims is going to be very early. He already has the point booster here and just picked up.
All right, Kaya into the Ags. Yeah, Nimbus is pretty ridiculous.
Especially like with or after a Chrono.
One of the best Aghanims, especially once you get to that level 20 talent. 0.5 second mini stun. It's ridiculous. Like you said, you drop that thing inside of a Chronosphere and you're having a good time. Mask of Madness going to be on the way for The old no-face guy here. A little more damage coming on the Void. That's always good. And they might even choose to smoke up around that item pickup and the Chronosphere being available.
Wanted to go into my references here to figure out here. Do you recall what the #1 Aghanim Scepter is from Suns fans list?
I hadn't, but since I looked, it does make sense. He went the meta option.
The Alchemist.
Alchemist is in its own tier.
That's a Suns fan answer. I don't know. Then he has Night Stalker as #2. That seems to have fallen down, honestly. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like he's not actually that valuable anymore. Where is his Zeus?
Was this made before the Zeus Nimbus?
I didn't think so. No.
Up top, Doom in some trouble. Ultimate from Zeus to see where the enemies are. They see he's alone, and that's a Chronosphere. Yao gets evaporated. Maybe they can clean this up, though. Nice stun on 2. The follow-ups there. Both supports of Serenity go down, and it ends up being a 2 for 2. However, it's another Exorcism used, and there's not going to be a hell of a lot of follow-up here. So not really a victory for Serenity, but in some ways it does stop LFY from playing this high-tempo game that they want where they can just keep knocking down these towers. There's still a Tier 1 standing in the mid.
Yeah, they're Exorcisming up near their own Tier 1. It was a net worth gain for the Radiant, if I'm not mistaken. They actually gained more than the Dyers, so overall feeling pretty good.
It's kind of flatlined here.
Yeah. So Zeus is 34. I think Suns fan needs to do an update, because that...
yeah, it's way better than
that can't be right. So you guys want to tweet at him and irritate
He has
him.
OD's Aghanims ranked higher than Nimbus. What is wrong with this man?
Oh, that can't be right. 32, all right. This clearly needs to be worked on.
It needs to be updated for the new patches, I think. It's needs to be a living, breathing document, like a business plan.
All right. He needs to do a community poll or something.
Community poll.
He needs to fix his Aghanims list and base it off of that.
He just needs to do a professional poll. You know, ask a couple players. Ask a couple brilliant analysts.
They don't know anything about Aghanims.
No?
No, Suns fans, he doesn't ask other people.
That's true.
All right, well, this is looking more like what you're expecting from LFY. They're all grouped up around this tower. They don't have the Exorcism, but they're still feeling fairly strong with the Chronosphere not being up, it being daytime. They are forced into fighting during this time period, so although it's a little bit slower, it's still fine. The Edict helping, of course.
Well, up top, little tower exchanging. Serenity puts some pressure onto that Tier 1.
I think you've been Boston and Australian, and now I don't know what that was.
I'm just
Southern?
What?
Wasn't that Southern?
Southern?
It's like molasses rolling out of your mouth.
That sounded a little better, but I don't know. Southern?
Well, that's the Hick Southern.
That must be a French-Canadian thing.
You know, all those that's Louisiana.
Oh, I see.
They're French Canadians.
That's true. The Cajun Pie walks right into a Leshrac, and now XCJ also going to join the danger zone, but Chronosphere, Global.
It did save Silencer, but there was not enough follow-up damage. Now Afu coming through.
Did it actually save Silencer, though? Nat did for sure.
Dude, the
LSA,
team is working hard to save his life.
Nice stun from Lesh, but still Afu gets brought down. They make it a 1 for 2. Static Storm, Kinetic Field not doing much. They want this Lina. She's been doomed. The right clicks still hurt. Zeus nowhere to be found. He's farming in the offline. This is a true 5v4.
Oh, 1 second until glimpse. The nighttime. They're going to lose the vision. They can't get the glimpse off now. The saves.
That was some great footwork in the tree line there. Very nice. Let's take a look at the recap. It is like LFY with the edge.
All Night Stalker pressing R, or he was dead.
Yar. Well, that was Space Creative for Zeus. Zinq is now 300 gold off the Aghanim. So dare I say that might be worth it because this is a real game-changing item. However, Eon Disc, second choice on the DP. Forget about the value hood. Super's going straight for the reset.
Wow. It is immensely important. Oh, bottom lane.
Hello. Goodbye.
That's a godlike Leshrac, just blowing up the Faceless Void, and
Monet's going Nectar this game.
They're now going to get the Roche before the Nimbus is up, which would have made this much more difficult because you can just place it up like into the untargetable area.
Yep.
And control Roche.
Perfect timing here. Roshan goes down. Aegis now in the hands of the Lesh.
LFY trying to push us into a game 3. See if they can convert here with that next exorcism. That'll be part of our plan. So what are we going to have when we move for these towers? Yule's Scepter could be finished by Sand King at that point. Leshrac going in towards a Bloodstone, so something a little bit more, you know, dragging it out, oriented.
Orientation. Pipe. It's there for the Doom. He just needs a turn with the Courier. Man, that's brutal for this Zeus. He gets Ags right as Pipe comes out, BKB for Lesh, and they get Roche.
Yeah.
It's a tall order.
But it is Nimbus. I don't really feel bad for any Zeus player, just saying.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
That skill is infuriating to play against.
Yeah, I haven't played a nice Zeus game in a while. But man,
it's
is
so
it satisfying.
hard to kill the damn thing, you know? That's what gets me.
That's what gets me, just how many clicks I have to put into Nimbus.
Like, seriously. It's not very exciting.
What's it say? Grants 100 gold.
That is true. You can get a lot of cash.
BKB on the Lina, and oh, Disruptor is about to be enlightened.
Oh, excellent. Enlighten away. Get yourself to level 10.
Dude, get that health. Smoke now. They're so excited at this Disruptor buying the Tome.
I think Radiant should probably want to be smoking here too once they can push out some of these waves. Try and use a Chrono and a Nimbus or something. So the Silencer has the smoke, has the phase boots. I believe that is their plan, but yeah, as he's pointed out, the pressure is encroaching here, and Leshrac just shows, and that signals to them that the rest of the Dire team is around.
Whoa, Burrow strike on 2. Afu looks like a nice setup, but he gets chunked down. Laguna Blade, the Global, the Nimbus, they're trying to chase down Doom as well. Serenity just completely turned that around. Now a glimpse onto Silencer, but he just walks away, and Doom now going to be the target that they initiate on. Monet, BKB charging in, does catch a nice stun on 2. Super also trying to follow suit. It's a defensive Chrono. ZZZ has to get out of dodge, but sets it up for the Lina on the high ground. Defensive Yules buys Super a little bit of time, and the Aegis for Monet. He's back to life, but no BKB. Stun might bring down the Night Stalker. It will, but another Nimbus. It's come back, and Monet is all by his lonesome. Doom going to be on the other side. Super even getting low, but Silencer's been doomed, and he is going to go down.
The Eon Disc had just come back for about 5 seconds when Zeus popped the ulti to try and kill Super. That's why Super stuck around, is that he knew that he wouldn't be brought down because the Eon Disc was back. So he was below what would have been the kill threshold, but
very nice.
Yeah.
So a 2 for 2, but of course Aegis on the Lesh. Pretty good fight for Serenity, all things considered. That started with a Burrow strike on 2 under the tower.
Yep.
They force out a relatively defensive Chrono. They might catch the Void again here. He does not have BKB. Silence locks him down. Now some TPs coming in. There's that Nimbus once more. BKB from Monet. Pi pops the Shrine. He's getting low, but another Burrow strike. He might just survive. BKB from the Lina. Charging in onto the DP. Yules into Yules. Into Laguna.
Afu goes back in here.
A brave play from the Sand King. Nice stun from the Lesh. Still a lot of resources for Serenity. Glimpse back from Yao. Another kinetic field. The Disruptor feels so irritating. Doom going back in. Wants to finish off the Night Stalker. He will fly up to the high ground. Gets the Urn Charge. And now they find Yao. Is it going to be enough for the kill? It's going to be close. Pi on the edge. And down he goes. Afu also gets brought down by Xingqiu, so I think Serenity get the edge after all that. It's a long chase throughout the Radiant jungle, and oh, daddy, it's a 1K swing.
2 for 3, and a lot of that gold going on to the Lina, and she is the one that you really want to accelerate now. Zeus, you're done with. He's got Aghanims. You know, he's not a major concern in terms of getting items and gold. It's more about the Void and the Lina trying to get you somewhere into this match, but Afu looking real good. Not quite enough, though.
Yeah, very aggressive plays from the Sand King.
All right, is Light of Heaven on a different account or something? Or who's pinging all these shrines? This SDN guy. All over the shrines.
I dare you to ping the shrine.
No. I'm not that way. I'm a serious professional caster.
Oh! Well,
that's a good item.
Eon Disc, bought him a little time, but Laguna still comes out. There's the Yules and Super. Gets blown up. Now, it was a BKB from the Lina. Yeah, that's a 8-second charge. Void still has his 10-second, but it's a chrono down. Still called a good pick.
That's a great find for them, too, because it was also daytime. So
sure was.
Getting a little bit aggressive there. Only 2 more minutes until night. And they're able to just fight so well right now. Even when they don't have chrono, there's still this threat of the Nimbus. So, like, when they try and play aggressive from the side of LFY, they still have to be really worried about that every single time. Makes it harder for the Dire to abuse the cooldowns of the Radiant side, whereas when the Radiant want to fight, knowing that Doom or Exorcism are down, they can just pop Knight if it's available, or they can always have Nimbus ready because it's so short.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Lincoln Sphere is going to be coming out. Lina working on that, and a Shadow Blade for the Void. Over on the Dire, item progression-wise, Lesh, I think you mentioned, the Octarine.
On that for a long while.
Yep. And Force Staff coming on the Sand King. One of the other irritating aspects of Zeus, every so often, like, guys, what do you think they're up to? I don't know. Let's press R and find out. You just have this global vision presence up on a pretty short cooldown, every minute and a half.
Yeah.
Great for, we've even seen it once this game, intercept a smoke gank. Value Town.
All right, so game plans per team. It feels like the next Roche. Well, yeah, next Roche seems kind of important for LFY, I would say. You're up against Aegis, so traditionally, you know, it's hard. Or sorry, you're up against Chrono, and traditionally it's hard to buy an item to win against Chrono. Now, mind you, Eon Disc is pretty good, but with the Nimbus and everything, Aegis is just obviously going to be a lot better. So get the Aegis. Try and force the Chrono onto the Aegis and then overwhelm them afterwards in the ensuing fight after the Aegis has been popped.
Bruh. It's a Hood of Defiance.
The Hood.
You went back for it.
Good item.
It was like, hey, you know what? The Eon Disc isn't enough. I need the active. Tough game for the DP to itemize. Even one of the Shivas, I was like, well, shit, I need the BKB.
Yeah. He has to be the siege engine. You know, he's the one who eventually takes these tier 2s and these Raxes. For Radiant's game plan, obviously, it feels like keep doing what you're doing, because it seems like they are slowly taking over this game, even though it's not getting anywhere in terms of net worth. It just kind of feels like the fights are going their way. The Nimbus is there. Pushing waves feels so easy and safe with the Lina as well as just the Nimbus.
Yep.
But their game plan should certainly be, I would say, to get more aggressive in terms of their warding.
Early BKB from Monet. No TP. Does catch a stun on one, but that's a Chrono Sphere. And a lot of right clicks. Now Afu with a nice stun in. The follow-up as well. That's not Afu. That's the Doom, but still. There's Afu. There he is. And he's dead. I really did. That was the true caster curse. 2 down on the side of LFY. Serenity now on the run. Super with the Exorcism deployed. Still has the Eon Disc. Pi just trying to make some space for his team to make it out. The Fiery Sword on the low ground. Bloodstone gets that Lesh back nice and quick. Say, I know somebody else died there. But another fight for Serenity, a 1K net worth swing. It's just these little skirmishes getting them back into this game and not letting LFY run away with it.
Yeah, and you look at it, you're like, okay, well, Chrono's down, but that's still 2.5 minutes of night. And it just doesn't feel good as LFY to start pressuring in there. They do not have vision. Yeah. Their best ward is down in this part of the map. Other than that, all of this is just, it looks like this, guys. On their screen, it's like this. Yeah. They don't see anything.
It's true. Doom does have the AoE War Stomp. That was why I confused him with the Sand King there. Amidst the chaos, I saw a blink stun, heard the Burrow Strike. Shouldn't have trusted my ears. Now, ZYD gets doomed after BKB. The Zeus ult's already been used for vision, and Void looking like he might survive through this. It's going to be kind of close. Doom actually putting a lot more pressure on. We'll finish him off, but now, oh, that was a nice deny. Nice stun from Afu. The follow-up, Static Storm. Buyback now from Lina. LFY starting to run low on resources as Doom gets Laguna. Afu gets put down, and even the Bloodstone deny from Monet. What looked like a pretty good setup forced them to go way too deep. And with just one buyback, they're completely punished, and this time it's a 2K net worth swing, and will open up for Serenity to go right into Roche.
Oh, only one Bloodstone in the game, but 2 denies, so Nicely played by the teams there. As faces Void has a little bit of a pause because his team is gone. He's like, hey guys, what's going on?
Come on, fellas. Well, good stuff for Serenity. Look at that graph, and it's pretty leveled out now, but LFY not really playing at too much of a deficit. Either way, this Roche will tip the scales. This is Roche 2, so Aegis and Cheese. Void starting to become quite the right clicker. What do we got coming on the courier here? Where are you, you little bird?
I think they got too excited after that last fight. This is a classic. Somebody kicked the network cable.
Ugh.
Because they just wiped LFY and are thinking, oh my god.
So there's the Shadow Blade up on Void. Already been getting pretty good chronos, but now with this positioning tool, it'll be even easier.
He just did the exact same thing as last game. Just got his Mask of Madness, had a good start, bought a BKB, and then gets an initiation.
Mm-hmm. Very back and forth game though here. Silencer now with some drums. He is up to 30 int stolen.
A lot of fights.
Cheese and crackers.
A lot of team fights.
This has ended up being a value Silencer game.
I wish I could see where it's stolen from.
Yeah, right. Some layer shit right
sure
there.
A lot of them are Afu's. He's only at like 42 int. Jeez, that's rough.
Zeus Ult gonna force out a Shrine, maybe a wraparound here mid. Doom jumps in, Afu with the follow-up, but there's the global. Now Void presses forward, and Doom killed in the blink of an eye. Super on the back line, does have the exorcism. It's a buyback from the Doom, but still does not have his ultimate for another 40. Night Stalker stuck on the high ground. Doom needs to be a little careful here. Multiple exchanges breaking out. Void caught in the Static Storm kinetic field. Does have a cheese. Pops it now, uses the chrono, but has to get out of dodge. Sets it up onto the Lesh, but still Super's exorcism doing a lot of damage. It's like he's going to try to get away on the backside, but over here, Void just trying to survive. Super does fall. Sand King with a burrow strike to the high ground, and now Doom will die back as he gets clipped. The spread out fight is not working in favor of LFY as Serenity clean it up and keep their entire squad alive. Doom, the only buyback used, and he does end up 6 feet under once again. Huge swing for Serenity.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get the Void too because they caught him in the river with the Static Storm, and then the Burrow Strike came out. But guess what? He had no mana left for the Epicenter.
Wow.
Because he's lost all his int. He dumb.
He dumb. 38 int now on that Invoker. High ground siege begins. I said Invoke, the Silencer. Those damn Blood Elves, they all look the same.
Glance value right here. I mean, these purple robes.
Silencer up to 38 int. Tier 3 falls. Glyph's been used. Trent, dare I say, this looks like it could be the end of LFY in this series.
Aren't they out of gas in the tank, though? No chrono? Isn't this a bit spooky right now?
I don't think so.
They're going to get out. Top lane all the way in, though. It's a healthy tower, but look at those range creeps laying into it here. No one's even coming up top.
There we go. There's the TP.
TP's
but
on the way.
He'll get down to about 600 HP at least. Another siege creep attack.
Damage is done, though. Jeez, that was rough.
Yep. Super going to get a little bit of farm. So no buybacks used except the Doom. Is BKB now coming? Kind of an awkward buyback, though. Still didn't even get to use the ultimate. Yeah. Has it off cooldown now. Certainly not ideal. Still the Aegis on Lina. The cheese was consumed, but it was such a weird team fight. It was just all of these little 1v1 skirmishes. Kind of felt bad for Super. Popped the ultimate and then couldn't really find that. You know, you sort of want to be the focus, like the eye of the storm almost in these team fights. And he was on the periphery, just getting zoned out by that Night Stalker.
Just a lot harder to execute the setup required for LFY in this game, where you need like a 2-man burrow strike or something into a Static Storm kinetic field with DP standing there, and then those are the things that create these moments of just like, okay, this fight is over. It becomes a chase scenario.
Look at that, dude.
And that's when your glimpse becomes valuable and everything. But that's how Team Serenity are playing. They're the ones that are hitting these 2-man chronos, or you know, some LSA play or something, or someone just gets silenced, and then it's instantly numbers advantage. And they're the ones who are creating these big chase moments. They have the vision of the Zeus. They have the Night Stalker to hunt people down. And this full wraparound play with the Invis Void is looking dangerous.
It sure is. Maybe they can grab the Void.
Oh,
no.
mid-cast.
BKB, Chrono, and Global. Doom gets shut down again. Now the rest of the fight trying to find their targets. Yao gets brought down. They want the Void. He doesn't have the BKB, and the Epicenter does prove too much damage. Monet in the front line also doing a lot. Serenity have to get out of here. They've split up, and they're running low on resources.
They're going to turn back in for Afu, maybe? Or nope. Super getting the double kill will be enough to drive them back.
Well, ends up being a 2 for 2. Could have been a lot worse for Serenity, and it is a net worth gain for LFY. But Zeus was not there. Whoopsie. He was just split farming that whole time, looking for his refresher not far away. And, of course, did reveal that whole smoke rotation with the key ultimate to make that whole play possible.
All right. A little bit of life here for LFY. But still an uphill battle here.
Not great that they traded 2 for 2 in a 4v5.
Yeah.
Zeus was literally not there. It's pretty telling of the state of this game, I think.
And the fact they had to solo Chrono the Doom, that actually kind of does Doom's job in a way, right? Like, he still gets rid of the Chrono from the rest of the fight. And I think that's a very helpful thing for the rest of LFY, just so it doesn't land on Super, mostly.
It's true. Very true.
But, like, Lesh, too, if he gets Chrono, danger zone. 6
Down
Bloodstone charges.
6. You know the active is called Pocket Deny?
What? Oh, no, I didn't.
I always thought it was suicide.
Yeah.
Pocket. No, like a pocket veto. Just stick the deny in your pocket. What a weird name. Pocket Deny.
Oh, Lina up top.
Oh, doomed. Static Storm and Kinetic Field.
Void's thinking about it, but that will be dangerous.
He does not have the Chrono either. Up in 4. Some mangoes eaten.
Okay, again.
Oh, that's it.
They're on the road.
That's a big pick.
Slowing it down. That was just after the Aegis, too. It was like 30 or 40 seconds after Aegis.
Yeah.
So nice time to find her all alone. Perhaps a bit greedy there from Lina.
2K swing. Definitely a bit greedy.
But his team was also really nearby. So it was kind of like, it looked like they were setting up for the top tower. But they just got caught a little bit out of position. Not quite ready. And more enlightenment here for Disruptor.
Very
Trying
nice.
to get to that GPM talent.
Radiant creeps actually finish off that mid lane barracks, though, pushing into the base. Will be another little bump for Serenity.
Oh, another little scout.
This Zeus is getting scary now. I think it was totally the right call to split push in that last fight. And now he's past level 20, so he's got the extra stun duration and the refresher. So that's double Nimbus, double Thunder God's Wrath. And of course, Zeus, also one of these heroes at level 25, is a complete game changer. That Arc Lightning talent is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
So
nice
much damage. More than doubles it.
I wonder if he'll go Aghanims this time on the Faceless Void. I thought that was like kind of an item choice that maybe he would went for in the last game with how it was being played out. But in this game, I think particularly it looks good versus the Exorcism as well as the Doom.
Not many buybacks here. Scary time to take a fight, but Disruptor, oh my gosh. So much damage as Void jumps in. Chrono on 2. Now the global silence. DP will stay alive, but Doom, the third casualty of this battle. A buyback from the Disruptor. Still might not be enough to turn things around. Pi running through, breaking things up, forces the BKB from Super. ZYD also feeling confident, just trading right clicks. Super has the Yules, buys himself the reset. Lina actually goes down, but it's a dieback for the Disruptor. Ends up being a sloppy fight for Serenity. They can't finish off the Death Prophet, and she sets it up for the Lesh to clean house.
Wow, Yao might have hit a dieback, but that was 100% worth it to make sure Super survived there. That is the only reason that worked out, I am sure.
No doubt. So another one of these situations where it looks like all they have to do is just find that last fight. And LFY are hanging on. Roche still not up. 1 minute, 30 seconds. So everybody will be fresh, less the Disruptor.
Feels like a lot of advantages in that area, though. You can almost guarantee it's going to be at nighttime when the fight goes down, just because Night Stalker will have his ultimate. Oh, hopefully they didn't all DC or anything again.
Looks like could be some lag. Whoa! Man. Epic games here in the China Qualifier Regional Playoffs.
Clearly Void is not hanging out with the rest of the team.
playing from his own location. Maybe he plays better in silence, Trent.
Yeah, possible. 7K lead, 40 minutes in with these heroes. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Zeus, Faceless Void. What's the win percent? Well, hold on. I'm gonna guess 68%.
It's 92.
What?
92.
All right. I guess it's not that ridiculous.
Definitely not 92. That is LFY are at a disadvantage. Yeah,
I bet it's some sort of a percentage based on like just Zeus and Void hitting later or something.
Probably.
I mean, to be fair, like Global Silence is also incredible. The later it goes, they don't have that many options against it.
Do you think the amount of int he's stolen affects it? 42 at 39
That
minutes?
is a direct correlation between win percentage and stolen int. So
I think so.
42 int. Wow.
That really is a lot.
So he's been there for 21 of the 33 kills they have.
Yes.
That's fairly impressive for a silencer in a game where he has to be worried about some of these like.
He's 5-4 and 24.
Damn.
He's racking up the assists. The Night Stalker is 3-9 and 20 for comparison. XCJ has played like a madman this game.
He wants to make use of it too there, as he went for the attack range town instead of the curse.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely planning
Trying
on
to
transitioning
throw
into a
down some
carry.
heat, man. You know. I mean, those glaives, they are the pure damage.
Pure. Well, back to farming we go, at least until the Roshan comes up, and then I think that will become the focal point of this game. The DP continuing to itemize, very survivability based. That's going to be Shiva's guard now. I think that hood was definitely the right call. Now DP buys the tome. That'll get her to 25.
To me, it just feels like they have such a hard time interrupting the Team Serenity fight plan. Like, if they're ever trying to play aggressive as LFY, it just seems like Serenity are going to be able to get off the spells that they want.
Isn't that ridiculous, though, that Zeus can just take Afu down below half HP?
Yeah.
Completely global. Basically no risk.
It's something.
There's a gem on that Sand King. Mjolnir up on the Void.
And smoke now for that dire side. So you can see the line they've drawn. Also a simultaneous smoke here from the Radiant.
This is actually a really good Mjolnir game. I think it's positioned to return a lot of damage. Lesh, DP, Sand King, Disruptor, all huge instances of damage.
Dude, this is the battle for Roche. Zeus is in behind. If he was the one caught, it would be incredible. Oh, they see that Radiant Ward. They're going to attack it. They're getting rid of the ward. So that means they know they're all there. Night Stalker goes in. Doom goes in.
Doom jumps in first. An early BKB from Luna, or Lena rather, but they're going to catch the Doom and he can't do anything.
Dude, that Yules.
Down he goes. He's going to buy back, though. The fight's not over yet. Dire looking for the right angle to initiate. They catch the Void in the tree line. Now that BKB gets used. Chronosphere just to isolate the DP. Can they bring her down, though? Super lives, and the Void goes down first. Now Monet trying to isolate the Silencer off to the side. He gets glimpsed back. It actually helps him out. Zeus doing the global damage, but DP is healing up. She's still alive.
She was in the
Super
Yules.
finally goes down. No buybacks on LFY, and they could somehow still lose this fight. The Silencer is still alive after all that. The glimpse 100% saved him, and LFY lose their entire team. Zeus just does too much damage as he pops that refresher at the end of the fight. What a ridiculous exchange. It's a dieback now for the Doom. It's a 3 for 6 when it's all said and done. We'll see if they can get any objectives out of this.
He used both of the ultimates while she was Yules.
That sucks.
And still, they were able to clean her up. That was so close.
Where I come from, you call that one a big-time bummer.
Dude, and XCJ, I have no idea how he lived.
I think the Disruptor literally saved him. He got glimpsed and then Glimmer caped, and they had no way to finish him off. He was probably going to die to the Lesh. I'd have to look at the replay to see if he would have been 100% dead, but
I just
the glimpse got him away from the Lesh.
Yeah, I panned away. I was like, all right, Silencer's dead.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's still just walking around, chucking these long bombs to the stolen in, and well, with him surviving, that's a bit more int on there.
46.
Up to 46, yeah.
He actually hits kind of like a carry. Also, Gem lost, so all this great vision that the Dire have around the Roche pit, well, it's probably going away.
Speaking of the Roche pit, he is still hanging out. Everyone else died.
Roche is the real victor. Monet has done so much damage this game, and he will pick up a Scythe of Vice.
Oh, Arcane Rune here, too. Zeus, Zeus, Zeus. Well,
oh no, this is such a scary
the one
rune.
time you don't need the DD.
Uh-oh, but they're going to find the Zeus. He gets pulled back. Hex and Static Storm Kinetic Field. Zeus gets blown up.
He has the buyback with the Global Nimbus, so not too big of a deal. He's actually going to bots in onto a creep wave. They're not going to see him.
Oh no, ZZZ misses the ultimate, and now he needs to get out of here. This Death Prophet doing big damage. Global Silence comes. Doom getting isolated on the low ground. He is going to get killed first. Still all 5 alive for Serenity. The Void did live. Super BKB, Eon Disc utilized. He is cruising. He's got that haste ultimate. So he is hard to lock down, hard to slow down. Not going to be able to finish off the Night Stalker quite yet. Super does get repelled, walks into a regen room, and now on the other side, they stun the Lina. She's going to go down, but they trade Lesh for it. Maybe get the Void as well. But now Zeus looking for the cleanup. The Force Staff forward, XCJ.
Wow.
With the help of Xing Q, they actually bring down most of the Dire squad.
They basically just ignore Super. He just starts running through them. They realize they don't have the stuns or the control to actually kill him. And considering he had free reign through that fight, running everywhere, he only did 4,200 damage. And then you got Zeus. You know?
It's another ridiculous team fight, though, where it starts so bad for Serenity. Zeus dies, buys back to start this fight. Void misses the chrono, and still LFY can't really seal the deal.
And they're forced into the pit, but just because of this raw damage on the Silencer, it's not that bad. Scout just to be sure.
Yep. No point to not play it safe at this stage.
Oh my god, they're going to give it to Zeus, aren't they? Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. That is a thing of pure beauty.
And Cheese goes the way of the Night Stalker, as he is kind of their frontliner at this point.
Now, I think you pass this shard over to the Void still. I'm pretty sure.
Especially since you've got a refresher already.
You've got the orb. Then again, there's an argument.
A triple Nimbus sounds pretty dumb.
Let's see if he drops it for him here.
Now the Hurricane Pike out on Silencer, so he's attacking from further away. 52 int. The Cheese goes to Void. Still the refresher shard.
All right, I'm into it. I'm fine with 3 ultimates from Zeus, 3 Nimbus. Like, Jesus.
It's a lot of damage. I mean, 3 ultimates. Yeah, that almost kills Disruptor straight up.
The only reason I kind of like it on the Void is because of the Eon Disc.
True.
It's like you chrono DP once, and then the Eon Disc goes off, and people start rotating around, and then you try and hit her and someone else with a second chrono. Or obviously just her.
Percentage is Eon Disc 70%. Okay. You might be able to get that Eon Disc proc, though, without using the chrono.
With Zeus, 100%.
Depending on when she BKBs. It is down to 6 seconds now, so it's a little bit rocky. But Team Serenity, now they've got all the tools they need to try to seal this one. MKB going to be up next on the Void. We'll take a look at buyback status. Lesh, Void, Sand King. The only 3 with it available. A couple heroes close in the double digits in terms of gold.
Scouting it out here. I like that play. Just kind of wander towards the shrine, pop the ulti to make sure they're not nearby. Guaranteed shrine with no risk.
BKB Doom. Doom has definitely had a target on his back this game. A lot of these fights have just started with Serenity trying to isolate him.
Well, he also has been playing really aggressively because he has the Blink Dagger, so several times he has blinked on the Void and he got chronoed mid-Doom animation. And then the last fight, at least the last fight on this high ground where they are now, you know, he blinked onto the Lina and he got Yule straight away before he could Doom.
Certainly not for lack of trying on the Doom's part.
For sure. He is tanking a couple ultis. And now same play, rotate to the top shrine. No answer available for LFY, of course. They cannot trade shrines. They do not have the waves in any sort of a favorable position. Leshrac is the one who's sent down bottom to try and get some sort of a push going.
That has been certainly a recurring theme this game. Map control has just favored Serenity. As soon as they started getting a little bit of a foothold, they've been really disciplined about deep wards. Still all of their tier 2s standing at 50 minutes.
Yeah, you can see that LFY have been feeling it too. Look at all the sentries they've been placing. Just like, okay, they seem to know everything we're doing. Like, where are these wards? They're looking everywhere for them.
So Captain Zeus draws on the map. They want to go low ground up to the secret shop. Who will they find? It's the Lesh. Big damage before he can even BKB, and there's the chrono.
Perfect.
Leshrac does have buyback, but that is definitely a great way to start this off.
This damage choice from the Void has been working out. I was just wondering if like maybe it was going to be more valuable to go for the Chrono and try and rely on the damage from the Silencer, the Lina, and the Zeus, just because like how much Silencer is getting jacked up. But the fact that he went for his own damage allows these solo kill plays where maybe if the Lina is a bit behind, or in several of these fights, he's been alone chronoing people and still picking up kills.
Well, even if Lesh buys back here, no BKB for 35 seconds. Doom jumps in, has to pop his BKB, finally gets the Doom off, but it gets interrupted a couple times. I don't think that's the hero that you wanted. Super now very far out of the base, BKB on.
Yeah, that feels miserable.
They just walk away. That's Doom and Exorcism down, and it just doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, it looks like they knew they wanted to play that one a little bit slow too. They only, they used one refresher, just the orb, not the shard. So just have to wait for that to come back. And
they're going to lose the Aegis here in just a minute, but I don't think it matters too much. Zeus even has a BKB now, so feeling a little more confident in these team fights. This is going to be brutal for LFY. They're going to have to defend this next one without Exorcism.
Yeah, an 18k gold lead here too. Night Stalker ultimate is available as well, so in just another 40 seconds he can pop it, and then that'll carry us right through into a full nighttime.
Exorcism, so much of the Dire's damage. Buyback for the DP, coming off cooldown momentarily, but still short on the gold.
Dude, Silencer's been so good this game. He's level 25 before the Void. That's how much he's been surviving.
Wow, that is really impressive, actually. Only 4 deaths. Top tier 3 does get finished off. Afu with a bold initiation, gets silenced. Doom jumps in with his BKB, but does not have the ultimate. Kinetic Field trying to slow things down a little bit, but now the real high ground siege. Serenity using Lina like a turret. Finishes off the range barracks. Melee now taking damage. They've already used the glyph. Chrono onto 2. Monet gets caught. He'll go down first. Yao, no way to react. Super does have the ultimate now. Trying to stand his ground, but no Eon Disc. Uses the Yules. It's not enough. This looks like the beginning of the end for LFY as they tap out. GG is called, and Serenity in 52 minutes secure an ultra kill for their Silencer. He started as a support, transitioned into core, and boy was he ever. 60 stolen int after 52 minutes.
I know people were, kind of half joking in terms of comparisons to Wings and everything, but I will say they're picking some heroes that, have fallen a little bit out of favor. This offlane Void, I'm loving watching it. They are so good in the team fights. They have looked fantastic. Like, their actual team fight coordination, everything does look great. Certainly not going to put them on the same level as our god tier boys that are Wings, but
still 68k damage on that Zeus. I think that's about as close to a perfect Zeus execution as you're going to get.
It really did seem like during the fights the coordination was really there, and again, there's no pings or anything going on. Like, there's someone has very good leadership happening here in this squad, and starting right with the draft.
Yeah. Great plays around the Faceless Void and an overall good showing. Both of our opening series here in the playoffs going 2-0, which means we will have the winner bracket finals coming up next. One of those teams, one win away from going to TI. Then we're coming back tomorrow for the lower half of the bracket. But what a great opener this has been, Trent. This has felt like some really top-tier Dota now coming out of this qualifier.
Yeah, and you look at LFY and like the reasons why you'd be assuming that they would be the ones to do well in this matchup. To me, that comes down to Afu #1. To me, has always been like a very standout position 4 player. You get him on like the Elder Titan, something like that, like one of his classic heroes. This one, they give him the IO, but the team can't seem to get that to work, and that is not so much an individual effort, I would say, right? You're kind of buddied up with someone. It's kind of more about the hero being OP than your own personal skill. And now into this match, Sand certainly a better thing for the individual effort, but obviously was not enough to follow up there and try and clean that game up there. And the volatility of Inflame continues as he was here on the Doom.
Yeah.
That's the namesake of this guy, you know? He has really good games, and then he has games where you're kind of just like, oh yeah, there was a Doom.
Yeah. Man, love seeing Core Silencer do well, though. Always an exciting hero.
Core Silencer.
Core Silencer.
You're just going to give it to him, right?
I'm going to give it to him, dude. 10-4 and 33. That is super impressive. He had the lowest death score in the game. That's a Silencer.
That is pretty impressive. A Silencer that was in the fight. He wasn't just sitting in the base.
Right.
You know, this wasn't some
33 assists,
AA.
dude. Highest assists in the game, lowest deaths in the game. 100% my MVP right there.
You heard the man. He's enlightened, this guy. He knows
sure
what he's
is.
talking about. But that's it for our second series. That
The-
means next, winner of that match, they're going to the big dance. They're going to the barn burner.
The barn
It's
burner.
TI8 coming up next.
In Vancouver. We're going to Van City, baby. That's it for Zyori Trent. We're going to move over to the couch, and then we're going to make space for Lyrical GoDz to cast this upper bracket finals coming up next. Stick around, boys and girls, because we got one more best of 3 coming for tonight's Chinese regional qualifier action.